Hello, everyone. Let's talk about this sign today. This is an important sign. As you know, it's in the back of every US dollar, the major currency in the world. But most importantly, this is an ancient sign. This comes from the time of Egyptians. It's been around for thousands of years. So let's look at it in detail. And I just want you to see what the Quran tells us about this sign. If any, does the Quran say anything about this sign to us? Or maybe it doesn't. But I just want to review that with you, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Well, this is the major part of this sign, as you can see. So I think I've talked about this before, but what you see is a triangle with an eye in it. So the question is, what is this eye? So if you have done a little bit of research and investigation about this, you know that this is a sign of they call it the eye of Osiris, and it goes back to ancient Egyptians, ancient mythology, and they believe in various gods, and this is basically the eye of Osiris, and they call it the all-seeing eye. So all-seeing eye, an eye that sees everything, right? Now let's look at the Quranic verse that actually tells us about this. Okay, this is verse number 27 of chapter 7. I think I have read this verse before for you in another video, but this is a different focus. So what does Allah tells us about the Satan, about Iblis? It says, O children of Adam, let not Satan tempt you as he removed your parents from paradise, talking about Adam and Eve, stripping them of their clothing to show them their private parts. Then, this is the important part that I want you to pay attention. It says, indeed, he sees you, he and his tribe, from where you do not see him. So I want you to pay attention to this part. So I'm going to read it also in Arabic. Innahu, without any doubt, definitely, indeed, yarakum. He sees you, him, basically Iblis and his clan, while you do not see them. So yarakum, he sees you. So this is really important. You have to pay attention. He sees you. Now, let me just, does this ring any bell for you? Just think about it. Does this sound like the all-seeing eye? What does an all-seeing eye do? An all-seeing eye is seeing you, right? While you don't see that eye. Correct? And it's only one eye, so it's all-seeing eye, eye of Horus, eye of Osiris, eye of Providence. It doesn't matter how Satan tries to beautify and use zukhruf al-qawl to make things beautiful, sound nice to you. That's what Satan does. It just always comes up with various hadiths and narrations and stories that are beautiful and charming and just it's nonsense. So forget about that, all that nonsense that Satan covers his lies with. But let's uncover that, let's unveil that, like push that aside. So what does Allah tells us in the Quran? He sees you and his clan, and Nahuhi and his tribe, they see you. So what sees you is that eye that sees you. So what is that? Allah is basically telling the symbol for us. Allah is describing this all-seeing eye for us. The all-seeing eye is seeing you. So that's here right now. 727 is actually explaining that portion of that satanic symbol to us, and that is referring to Iblis and his devils, that they see us while we don't see them, hence the all-seeing eye. And it is an ancient symbol that has existed from the Egyptian time, as as I mentioned before. Okay, now that we are done with the eye part of this, let's let's zoom out and look at the exterior. So what is this? This portion. So this portion, I think we discussed that in detail. So this is sun, as you can see. Obviously, it's the sun illuminating the sun, sun rays going forward. So this is the sun again. It's the same nonsense that Iblis always does just making himself look good. I'm the illuminator, I'm source of light, and all those things. And then there's like a bunch of stories and different religions that form around it, and it's the same thing. So, but when you unveil all that garbage, all that filth, all those lies, when you just remove that, when you unveil that, take the mask off of that ugly face, what do you see behind that face of a devil? So let's look at this. I think it's worth talking about it one more time. So this is the sun. This is the Lord Sun. They call it the Lord Sun. By sun, I'm talking about sun, right? The Lord Sun, or basically is the Sun Lord. It has been worshipped from ancient times, and it's symbolic for so many things. But what does Quran tell us about that one? So this is the verse. I have talked about this before, but 678. When Abraham looks at the sun, فَلَمَّا رَأَى الشَّمْسَ, when he saw the sun, الشَّمْس means the sun, what did he say? He say, هَذَا Rabbi. This is my Lord. This is Akbar. So this is basically what is my Lord? The sun. So what is it talking about? So Rabbi means it's talking about Son Lord, that I just wrote it over there as well. So this is the Son Lord. The title for the Son Lord. What is the title for the Son Lord? Akbar. So again, as you can see, Allah tells us in the Quran about this symbolic, this very important satanic symbol in the Quran. This is the symbol of the Sun Lord, or Akbar. And that's why devil, when he deceived the early Muslims, early believers, he chose very, very carefully. That was not a random choice. That was not an accident. He chose the title of Akbar. To say Allahu Akbar means Allah is Akbar. That's the choice that devil made, and the early believers, they fell for it, they adopted it, and they chanted all the time. So you can see the Sun Lord. You have the Sun Lord here, and also you have the eye. So you have, and Quran actually in its, Allah in his wisdom, the great wisdom that you cannot, it's amazing, has put that in the Quran for us so that we can know. So innahu wa qabiluhu yarakum, they see you, and that refers to what? The all-seeing eye that is seeing you. And then in regards to the sun symbol, what does Allah tell us? You should know this by heart by now. Hadha Rabbi, this is my Lord, referring to the Shams, to the sun, S-U-N, Hadha Rabbi, Hadha Akbar. So this is Akbar. So again, the symbol of Akbar and the symbol of all-seeing eye together. So as you can see, these are very consistent. And that's one beauty of the Quran. You don't have it in other books. I'm not trying to take away from value of other books, but Quran is very specific about the future. It's a prophecy that is telling us what is supposed to happen and tells us about these symbols. And one more time, I know I have talked about this before, but I think it doesn't hurt. I want you to pay attention. This is the portrait of devil. It's very famous in occult world. Again, Satan is pointing to the moon, that one of the idols of Islamic sects, the Shia and the Sunni. That's what they worship. They go and observe it every month, and this is one of the, again, Satan is pointing towards, that's the beginning of the month, and that's the end of the month. So this is the calendar. So it's the calendar of Satan. So that's the satanic calendar that the worshippers of Akbar observe and follow. And the other thing I want to mention, look at the head, look at the, I don't know what this is called, but it comes up. And what do you have here? You have this, right? And then you have this here. It's very interesting. And let's just look at this, which is the exact same thing. Look, you have the same thing, and this is what you see on top of the mosques, and you always see that Allah is Akbar. So I just want you to see, and you have to open your eyes and you see this is a devil worship. They worship the devil. So look at the horns again, this item and the name of Akbar. And again here, look at it. It's the same thing. It comes up. This is the horn, and this is the head part, which again is in the other picture you saw as well. And this is the head part. So, and I'm pretty sure there's so much more that I don't know, and maybe some of you know even better than I do. But this is what it is. This is what we are dealing with. The religion of Akbar. So these people are worshiping the devils, pure idolatry, pure devil worship. They just don't know it. They don't do it on purpose, but unknowingly they are following the religion of their fathers. And that's exactly what, if you read the Quran, every prophet that comes, every messenger that Allah sends to the nations like the Ad and Thamud and all of them, the response they get is that, hey, we are following the religion of our fathers and we are in the right path, but unknowingly they are worshiping the devil. And that's why when Abraham talks to his father, he says, Aya abat la ta'abud shaitan. He says, oh father, do not worship the devil. And what does his father tell him? He says, Ar-raghibun anta an alihati ya Abraham. Have you turned away from my idols? So remember, the idol worshippers did not believe that they were worshiping the idols. I showed you that video about Hinduism, that they don't believe, they actually believe in one God. And that's exactly what Abraham's father believed in as well, one God. But they worship the idol, they love the idol as qurban and aleh, as the means to get closer to God. Just like the black stone. Why do they worship the black stone? Because they believe if they go kiss it, they become so close to Allah that all their sins are forgiven. So that black stone is a qurban and aleh. It's a god, it's an idol that makes you closer, that brings you closer to Allah. How does he do it? If you go touch it, if you go kiss it, Allah forgives all your sins. So that's how it is. At the time of Prophet Abraham's father, they were not worshiping those stones. Don't make that mistake. Those stones, they believed that if they do go respect those stones, Allah, the one true God, will forgive their sins. This is the exact same BS, the exact same nonsense that Muslims believe and follow right now. Shia, Sunni, the worshippers of Akbar believe and follow. It's the exact same things. Pure idolatry. Pure worship of devil. Okay, I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. Peace and blessings to all of you.